Joined now by Taz Sherman. Members of the media, please use the raised hand feature to let us know that you want to ask a question. We will start with Greg Hunter.
So Taz, with so many games in a short period of time coming up, from Saturday to Saturday, what do you guys do, in terms of rest? How does the scout go? Do you have to be more attentive to details?
Yeah, just like yesterday, we had more of a mental day more than a actual up and down day, like a full out practice. But some days, you just have to go hard to actually get into, playing shape and just knowing what a team is actually going to do. So I know some days we're going to kind of go lightly, and then some days we just have to really go at it like we are today. So it's just preparation, make sure we all stay healthy, like get treatment and stuff. That's why we have all these gadgets and, things at facility that can help with our bodies. So just staying healthy, make sure we stay ready. Just like glorified AAU right now. So we're just trying to, just make sure that we focus and move on to every next game. So just next game, just make sure we prepare.
And follow up to that, do you have to make sure you get off your feet after practice more so than during a normal regular season?
Oh, yeah, that's important. After practice, you get your shots up, get a little mini workout in. But after that, you just make sure you get treatment, ice yourself, get stim or whatever you need to do to make sure you're ready for the next practice or the next game.
Michael Sussman.
Taz, as a scorer and somebody who can look for and create his own shot, what's your approach on a game-by-game basis as far as letting the game come to you, or do you just go out there and take it? How do you approach the game from that standpoint?
Well, my thing is I like to first start with movement first. I don't like to just get the ball and just look to score right away. I like to catch people off guard and just have the ball moving side to side first, catch people in rotations, and that's why I eventually try to score and just try to go at the rim or just try to go get a bucket or try to find one of my teammates. I feel like that's one of my underrated aspects of my game. I like drawing too, finding open teammates. Once they get going, it gets me going, and that's how we end up starting those big runs.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Taz. So, obviously, you guys are coming back from the TCU game when K-State had pulled off the upset against Oklahoma. So I'm guessing you guys heard about that maybe when you landed or got back to Morgantown. They're obviously playing different now than maybe the first time you guys played them. And obviously they have another player now with Pack who wasn't there the first time you guys. So just how different are they? And what are you seeing in them now that maybe you guys didn't see in them the first time you played them?
Well, them adding Pack back just adds another ball handler, somebody that's actually comfortable handling the ball, even though he's a freshman. So he's comfortable handling the ball, but I feel like we can kind of speed him up a little bit. But he adds a different aspect to their game, just adding range and able to shoot the ball from the point guard position. Now you have to worry about him and McGurl both shooting the ball, and they're going to get a lot of touches. So we, focusing heavily towards them and trying to make sure that, they don't have their averages at least, holding below their average, and then we'll have a good defensive day.
Did that catch you guys off guard when you found out that they had upset Oklahoma?
At this point, nothing catches me off guard anymore. You see a lot of upsets. You see a lot of top 10 teams losing. So nothing catches me off guard anymore. It's just more so, they played good. Us and them are I think the two highest teams in the Big 12 right now, other than Baylor, in terms of just consecutive games winning. And we can't take them lightly. This is a Power 5 conference. This is a big game. Every game that we play from now on is a big game. So we got to attack each game with that mindset.
Back to Greg Hunter.
As you started games this year, you've come off the bench a lot. And just the difference, mindset maybe wise, between the two. You've been successful at both. So, and do you like one better than the other?
I don't really like one more than the other particularly. The difference is in between the both. I think starting allows me to bring energy out the gate sometimes that we lack, and sometimes off the bench I can bring the energy off the bench too. If we lack energy in the starting five, then I can be that six man to bring that energy back up. But contrasting with that, comparing it with starting, you know, you can just create the energy from the jump. You know, you don't have to wait for nobody to create the energy for you. So there's positives to both of them. There's really no negatives because, you know, it's all about minutes. You know, are you in the game at the end of the game? Are you getting minutes? And, you know, starting and being on the bench never really mattered to me. It's all about the minutes.
Our next question comes from Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Taz. Just wondering, you know, after the TCU game, you brought up your guys' national seeding projections a little bit. I was just kind of wondering, as a player at this time of the year, how often do you check on that? Is that something you guys talk about, and does that kind of serve as some extra motivation over the next week?
Oh, yeah, we talk about it all the time. Just like how we was watching the Iowa game last night, and in our group chat, Emmett texted. He was like, "Bro, a lot of top teams are losing. You know, this is our chance to be a number one seed." So, you know, we just talk about stuff like that all the time. You know, we try and get the highest rank possible. You know, again, I said I think we're like a 3. You know, we can possibly get up to 2 of these 4 games, and you know, possibly even a 1 seed. So we just keep going. You know, we don't really focus on it too heavily, but you know, at the end of the day, we know that it's a possibility that we can get to the top seed. So we're aiming for that for sure.
We'll go back to Michael Sussman.
Oh, Taz, how do you stay in the zone as a shooter as far as keeping that rhythm? Kind of what's your practice routine day to day in that regard?
Well, first it starts off by just, you know, making sure and believing that every shot I shoot is going to go in. All the shots I shoot, I think, are going in. You know, once you have that type of mindset as a shooter and a scorer, you know, I think it just takes your game to another level, a higher level. You know, just having that confidence in yourself to make and believe that you're going to make every shot you take. And I just attack each day with trying to get as many shots as I can. I feel like it's necessary for me to succeed in the next game or succeed in the next practice. You know, I just try to get a lot of shots up. Coach Harrison always tells me and Sean to shoot after practice, even though he knows he doesn't have to tell us that anymore. You know, we just kind of like that. You know, we all work and we all try to get better. You know, that's what we do as a team. And, you know, I feel like it started to show lately. You know, we've been making shots. You know, I feel like that was our downfall last year. And, you know, this year we're really making shots. So, you know, we just keep doing that, just making sure that we focus up and making sure our confidence stays high.
Back to Justin Jackson.
Hey, Taz, someone had asked you earlier about starting versus coming off the bench. I would have to think that, you know, you'd probably in the running or at least one of the favorites for the Big 12's Sixth Man of the Year award. I'm just wondering if that's anything that you've even put any thought to or something you would take pride in, or is it something you even, you know, think about at this point of the season?
It would definitely be something I'll take pride in. You know, just knowing my story, and for people who all know my story, just me being here is a blessing in itself. And for me to even win something, or for me to even be in contention for something, it's a blessing, man. I couldn't wish for nothing more, you know. But I don't really just think about it just too much. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you know, it'd be great to just have that recognition and just have people finally appreciate just what I'm doing and can see my transition from last year to this year.
Greg Hunter.
So Taz, to follow up a little bit on Ryan's question about the NCAA seedings, every Mountaineer team I've covered seemingly has a guy who's an expert on the bracket. You guys all sound like you're following it, but is there one person that is the bracketologist on the team? Is it you?
Nah, it's not me. It's probably Jordan or Deuce for sure. You know, the 2-point guards. They are very in tune to things like that. You know, we all watch college basketball like pretty much every game, not even Power 5. You know, it can be like I watched IUPUI yesterday, you know. So, you know, it's definitely Jordan or Deuce. Their two minds are just super great. Their IQ is just super great for the game. And, you know, they pay attention to stuff like that. But we always talk about seedings and just trying to be as a high seed as, you know, we possibly can. And, you know, they do a great job just talking to us and just having conversations about what we need to do to be a top seed or who lost and, you know, where we could be placed at. So, yeah, we all pretty much talk about, I think Jordan and Deuce definitely got me beat in the bracketology department.
Any other questions for Taz? Okay, sir. Thank you very much.